Hello, Lisa with Sacred Living. I am here with your reading for the week, Sunday, March 19th through Saturday, March 25th. Can you believe it's getting to the end of March already? So I did something a little bit different this week. I've got I've got some angel and fairy cards I'm going to read for what's going on in mind, body, and spirit for those of us who are in the Sacred Living crowd. And then at the end, I still have your archangels, because what is a week without our archangels? And you can be thinking about whether you resonate with Archangel number 1, Archangel number 2, or Archangel number 3. So for our body, the first thing that came up was the angel card with support, and it is all of our guides gathered around to help us with whatever we ask for. And the fairy card of vacation doesn't mean that to me. I often don't pay much attention to the words, and I look instead at the pictures. And so this parrot really has his wing up and around this person, protecting her from some of the things. Like, here's this bright, beautiful bird who is covering up this lady as she is kind of anxiously holding on to his foot to stay grounded, it feels like to me. So first things first, we have to ask for the ascended masters and our angels and our spirit guides to help us with whatever we choose to ask for help with. But we have to ask, because otherwise spirit can't step on our proverbial free will toes. And so my heavens, can we ask for the help? We can ask for teams of angels to help us with our communication, and teams of angels to help us with our healing, and teams of angels to help us with our business building, or whatever it is that you care about, whether you're writing your life story or whatever you are looking to put energy behind. You can ask for a lot of spiritual guidance. And they were also telling me that there's a lot of dispensations available. There have been so many people asking for things throughout time to help us to do and get better, that there is so much energy transmutation that is available when we just ask. Like, okay, Spirit, I've had this particular issue going on for all these years. May I please request a divine dispensation for whatever the karma is that led to this health issue or this malady or this trouble that I have found myself in, because now I recognize the karma that created it and I choose to move forward differently. So the other thing is, I think with this parrot is it reminded me of some of the work I've done with animals. So there's all kinds of great guided meditations on YouTube to find your different totem animals and those kinds of things. But always, always, always in meditation, you can always ask for an animal or whatever the guide is that comes forward. Sometimes when you're just asking for spiritual guidance from guides in general, sometimes you'll get an animal. And it's really funny how powerful some of the animals, especially hummingbird. So what came to me is hummingbirds are so tenacious. And so shamans have worked with hummingbird medicine for a long time. I guess as long as there's been hummingbirds. And so a hummingbird can chase off an angry bear. They are so tenacious. And so whatever animal comes forward for you, don't hesitate to appreciate and just say thank you, and know that that animal can do its job. So that is our body, our mind. So our mind has us looking at some of our shadow self. So we're holding up some of the aspects for ourselves to examine, and we're naked while we do it. So we're really working on seeing the truth for what it is. And it looks like we are rather, looking at some of the genetic lineage stuff. So I see this like Viking ship off in the distance. And so like when I'm looking at genetic lineage stuff, sometimes there's wars that have been going on for centuries, and that's all in our DNA ooze. And so some of those wars and some of the disease that our ancestors had, that's how our bodies learned how to fight those things off, because our ancestors survived those things, the plague and all of those kinds of things, but the imprint of the pain of all of that is there. And so sometimes it has us seeking painful experiences in this lifetime that we don't necessarily have to seek, just because that code is in there. And so really taking a look at, why am I attracting this, and what is this all about, and is this something I need to choose moving forward? So this is our mind. This is the level of our mind. And the snake was really bright in this also. I guess there's more animals here than I noticed. So snake is all about, and springtime is right here, is shedding our skin and becoming brand new, growing literally out of our old skin and becoming brand new, problem resolved. And so that was body, this was mind, and then spirit. Spirit is asking us to come and help us cleanse and wash away all of the just energetic debris, because boy, there's been a lot going on in the world, and sometimes we can just pick that up from watching the news or listening to the news on the radio as we're going from place to place and it's playing in the store. Sometimes that's all it takes to catch those things. Sometimes we have to be really mindful of our hair. Native Americans will keep their hair braided and closely tied down, because our hair acts like an antenna. And if you've been out and about and you're like, oh, I didn't have, my hair gathered up, maybe I've caught on to some debris or some low frequency that's kind of holding me back. So, and Spirit is asking us to really take a look at how much can we expand our energy, how much more can we be doing, how much more lives can we touch, those kinds of things. But it all starts with cleaning house and getting rid of some of the old things that hold our frequency down and back. So that is our mind, body, and spirit for the week. I hope it really is helpful for you. If you had Archangel number 1, you've got just this beautiful energy of clairvoyance with Archangel Raziel. And this pink around his heart and the top of his wings is just so beautiful. It was so just soothing to me. And so clairvoyance is kind of a tricky thing. A lot of times people have been, oh, Lisa, I wish I could do what you do. Like, you want to see, you want to feel all these things? I don't know that that's true. It is not a parlor trick. Clairvoyance is really all about seeing with your heart lots of times. There's a lot of blending what you're feeling with what you're seeing to kind of understand what it is that you're noticing. It can be really tricky to learn how to understand and use those messages appropriately to help people. And so Archangel Raziel is willing to come and help and say, I will help you understand what you're feeling and balancing your chakras. And the blue was really bright here. So I feel like if Archangel number 1, Archangel Raziel, is for you, it's also about speaking up about what you're noticing. So he will help you with that as well. And then I was so happy to see Archangel number 2 coming up. I just have such a good week when Archangel Uriel says, hey, follow me. If you ask me to show you the easiest way forward, I follow my lantern and I will lead you forward. And it was funny because I had done a blanket, hey, everybody that wants to help me kind of day the other day, and everything was just clicking into place. I was early to a couple of things that I was like, oh, how am I going to get there on time? And I was like, oh, Archangel Uriel's here. He lined everything up. Oh, thank you, Uriel. And so this, I cannot understate just how much this is really helpful to me when you take the time to invoke his divine guidance in clearing the path for us. And then if you have Archangel number 3, you have got Archangel Michael. He is here with his flaming sword to cut away anything that no longer serves us. So it's super easy, like I mentioned, when we have the news and whatnot and some of the debris that gets stuck, ask for Archangel Archangel Michael to come and cut that fear, cut even the imprint of fear away so that you don't attract more from just having the imprint. So ask him to come and take any fear, transmute it to whatever you feel like is necessary, however you feel like it is necessary. So I see his flaming sword, but also his shield. So if you have a tough situation that you're going into this week, if you're going to be in a meeting, if you're around some people that don't really respect or honor your energy, ask for him to put his shield up so that you don't feel the negativity or the thoughts that reduce your frequency, because it isn't necessary. Make sure that you are taking good care of yourself, and protecting your energy field is one great way to have good self-care. I hope that this helps you. If you're interested in your own reading, reach out over Facebook, private message me, or how to reach me is in the About section on YouTube. Have a great week, everybody. Bye-bye.